Hi, it's Larry here with Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Unboxing of Xbox One. Let's see what's in the box. So this is what it looks like. It's gorgeous. Turn it around here. You can see everything that's in the box. Nah, I'm not going to show you there. We're going to break into this bad boy right now. First thing you notice right up top is we have the Kinect sensor. Here's this beautiful little sensor. I'm going to pop that down here. You can see that right there. Talk about each one of these items in a minute. Next up, we have, of course, headset. Ooh, it's going to be beautiful. Following that, the controller itself. Put that here. Next up, we have a 4K rated HDMI cable. Some paperwork, including the manual. The Xbox One sticker. Over here, we have the power cord. Here's the power brick. And then underneath, we have the beautiful console. All wrapped up, waiting for you to take a look at it. Are you ready? Take a look at this. All right, I have everything laid out here on the table. Let's go through each item one by one. First up, we have some paperwork here, including your owner's manual, as well as a little sticker. And if you were lucky enough to get your hands on a Day One edition, this is where you'll find your code for your digital exclusive. Now over here, we have the Xbox One console, liquid black, beautiful. You can see right on the front here, it's a slot loading Blu-ray drive. Let me spin it around on the side here. You can see you've got a super speed USB 3.0 port, as well as a binding button to get your controller set up. And then on the back, we have the ports. From left to right, we have the power port. We have the HDMI output to your television, followed by the SPDIF or optical audio out. Then we have HDMI in, which is from your satellite or cable box. Next to that, we have two USB 3 super speed ports. Next to that is Kinect. Now, Kinect is an IR blaster, so you can use that, or if your system requires it, you can use an IR out port, and that's this guy right here. Next to that is a gigabit Ethernet port, followed by a Kensington security lock. And inside, we have a 500 gigabyte hard drive, an 8-core x86 processor, and wireless networking connectivity all on board. Next up, we have an HDMI cable. Now, this is a 4K capable HDMI cable that we're including in the box. Also, we have, of course, the power supply. Next, we have the Xbox One controller with over 40 improvements. We have a newly designed D-pad. We have impulse triggers on the back here, which are going to change the way you game. And then, of course, you can see this is the special Day One edition, which has a little logo there, and a chrome D-pad. Hot! Next, we have the Kinect sensor, which has improved gesture and voice control, a greater field of view so it will work in almost any room, and 1080p video for Skype. And both the Day One and standard editions of the console include this mono chat headset, improved comfort, inline audio controls, and improved audio quality for in-game chat. One more thing I haven't shown you, the on-off switch. We've done something pretty cool here. I'll see you at Gamescom.
These offices, and Sony have sent us down their brand new PS4. This is the first time this machine has been given to journalists to have a look at outside of a glass box, so let's have a look. As you can see, it's very, very sleek in its design. It basically looks like the Xbox One in a wind tunnel. If you have a look at the top there, you've got a matte finish over here and a reflective one there, which is a very, very fingerprint sensitive, so I'm not going to touch it too much. At the back, you've got several ports. You've got your HDMI, you've got your optical port, you've got your LAN connector, you've got your AUX port, and you've obviously got a port for the power cable to go in. You've also got a huge series of vents back here, so this probably keeps the machine quite cool. At the front, you've got your USB ports, which are for the recharging of the controller, and your slot for your PS4 games. The controller itself is actually rather different to its predecessor if we put them both together like that. Looking at the side-by-side, the PS4 controller is a little more chunkier than its predecessor, but its joysticks are a lot smaller and they fit more flush against your thumbs. The face buttons and the D-pad are pretty much the same, except they're more flush against the controller on the PS4. The triggers are also a lot smaller, as are the shoulder buttons. Perhaps the biggest difference between these two controllers is obviously the addition of the touchpad. which you can click in to use it as a start button. So don't worry, your start button and your ability to pause your game has not disappeared into the ether. This is also used in conjunction with games. At a demo that we recently saw where you could use the touchpad in conjunction with a camera, that you could use it to flick robots from out of the controller onto the screen in front of you. The controller also has rumble filters inside it, which give you the impression that weight can be displaced inside it. In the same demo where we were flicking robots onto a screen, we could also pull the robots into the controller, and then when you rolled the controller from side to side, the rumble filters displaced the weight, so it actually felt like robots were rolling around inside your controller, which was pretty cool. You got your PS button, which is where you would expect it to be, but you also have a speaker just above that. On the back, you've got a port for a bespoke PS4 headset, and on the front you obviously have the port for your recharge cable. The other big addition to this controller is your share button, which allows you to instantaneously share your gaming god moments with all your friends on the PSN. So looking at the PS4 next to the PS3, it's interesting to see that the PS4 is actually smaller than its predecessor, and this is a PS3 Slim, by the way. This isn't the big chunky beast that went on sale all those years ago. If I hold the PS4 over the PS3, you can actually see that the PS3 sticks out on either side of the PS4. A lot of people like to store their PS3 on its side, like so. I'm not sure I would actually try that with the PS4. I mean, we have been sent a stand for it, so apparently you can stand it on its side. But the stand itself, as you can see, doesn't really increase the PS4's base very much. So I don't know about you, I'd probably store this as is underneath my television set.